For a long time, it was considered unique, our Earth. For a long time, we searched for other living beings in space in vain. But in recent years, more and more planets outside our solar system have been discovered that could be true super-Earths. Whether these planets are actually inhabited, however, still remains a mystery. In today's video, we'll present 10 of the most promising candidates for super-Earths. Excited about the fascinating discoveries and distinctive spectacles in the universe? Then don't forget to subscribe to Simply Space and click on the bell to join us on our journey to the greatest mysteries of the cosmos from now on. By giving us a thumbs up, you'll motivate us and show us that we can keep you engaged with the content of our videos. The Kepler mission. Planets outside our solar system are enormously difficult to spot. The main reason for this is the lack of light. We can observe light-emitting stars with our technologically very advanced telescopes on Earth, but not their planets. Stars, hundreds, thousands, or millions of light years away, are already comparatively small objects when seen from Earth. The planets of distant suns are tiny. The only possibility to observe the planets of foreign solar systems is when they pass in front of their star as minuscule dots. Depending on the size of the planet and the size of the star system, this might happen once every 100 or 1,000 years. How many exoplanets are out there and what they look like exactly is therefore still a great mystery of astronomy. The Kepler Space Telescope was a NASA project specifically designed to detect planets outside the solar system, and it was extremely successful. The project was active from March 2009 to October 2018. The Kepler Space Telescope, in orbit around the Sun, meticulously searched space outside our solar system for evidence of planets. The amount of data was enormous and is still being analyzed by global experts to this day. Initially, researchers found planets, compelling them to search further, and they have been rewarded for their efforts. In the meantime, the researchers have examined approximately 4,000 exoplanets. Among them, the scientists identified approximately 24 super-habitable planets. This means that these planets could theoretically offer several characteristics and bases for organic life and intelligent civilizations. Some of the discovered planets could even offer better living conditions than our Earth. What makes a planet super-habitable? For a long time, experts around the world argued over definitions of what constituted an Earth-like planet and which new worlds should even be called superhabitable. Finally, they came to these conclusions. First, a planet must offer water to make organic life possible in the first place. It must have an atmosphere. Temperatures must be moderate, yet warm enough. According to our current knowledge, only rocky planets like Earth provide the basis for life. It was here that certain researchers on the fence protested, because after all, it's conceivable that in other solar systems, life might be based on other chemical or biological conditions. The discussion came up especially at the time when evidence for methane-based microorganisms was found on Saturn's moon Titan. But most researchers didn't want to go that far then. They continued to focus their attention on the known parameters around Earth-like life. For example, water, oxygen, the presence of soil, seasons, and temperatures at which an Earthling would also feel comfortable. The researchers started to evaluate the data and calculated. The result was 10 exoplanets that are considered particularly hot candidates for extraterrestrial life and optimal living conditions in space. Top 10 of the most Earth-similar planets. Gliese 667 cc. The planet named Gliese 667 cc is only 22 light-years away from us. The rocky planet orbits its star in the so-called habitable zone. Life would therefore be theoretically possible. Gliese 667 cc needs just 28 days for one orbit around its star, or in other words, one Gliese year. This is because the star is a red dwarf. At the moment, the planet is under observation because researchers are not quite sure yet whether Gliese will be swallowed by its star soon. Kepler 69c. A little further away, Kepler 69c is making its rounds around a star that is about 80 times brighter than our Sun. The planet itself, 2,700 light-years away, is also about 70% larger than Earth. A year lasts 242 days in this world. The planet is calculated to be in the habitable zone and could harbor life. Kepler 62f. Kepler 62f is about 40% larger than Earth, but orbits a star that is much cooler than our Sun. The planet could thus support life despite its proximity to its star. Because of its size, it's most likely a rocky planet and could even be covered by large oceans of water. Kepler 1649c. Discovered in 2020, the planet Kepler 1649c is 300 light-years away from us and is almost an identical twin of our Earth, at least in terms of size. But its solar irradiance is also similar, at about 25% less. Kepler 1649c gets slightly less light from its star than we do. Nevertheless, according to NASA researchers, that would still be enough to give rise to a lush, green plant life. Kepler 186f. This planet, about 500 light-years from Earth, is only 10% larger than Earth, and it too appears to be in the habitable zone of its star. Kepler 186f receives only 1/3 the energy from its star that Earth receives from the Sun. The parent star is a red dwarf, so the alien world is not a true Earth twin and is probably much cooler than Earth. Nevertheless, some form of simple vegetation and micro-life would be possible. Proxima Centauri b. Our nearest Earth-like neighbor is Proxima Centauri b. Only 6 light-years from us, this planet orbits a star only about a quarter larger. However, Proxima Centauri is so close to this star that the prospects for life are currently considered less good. TRAPPIST-1e. TRAPPIST-1 is an entire system of potential worlds. Orbiting the star are 7 exoplanets that are currently being studied in more detail. At least 3 of the planets could harbor larger water deposits than our home planet. Since 7 planets are within the habitable zone and orbit very close to each other around the star, multiple civilizations of different species on different planets would be conceivable. Especially promising is the planet with the designation TRAPPIST-1e. At a distance of about 40 light-years, the system is comparatively close to Earth. This brings us to the last 3 exoplanets. Kepler 452b, Kepler 442b, and Kepler 22b are currently considered the best studied and evaluated potential twin Earths. Kepler 442b. 33% larger than Earth, Kepler 442b orbits its star in 112 days. The planet, 1,200 light-years away, was discovered in 2015, and then in 2021 came the sensational news. Kepler 442b probably offers such perfect conditions that it could have a large biosphere. This greatly increases the prospects of discovering extraterrestrial life forms. So far, however, we can't fly anywhere near this potential Earth twin. We probably couldn't send a radio signal either, because that would take an incredibly long time to travel. We Earthlings are dependent on the development of new technologies to initiate a realistic contact attempt. Kepler 452b. Kepler 452b, although about 60% larger than Earth, is very likely a rocky planet. Its sun is intriguingly similar to ours, except that with a distance of about 1,400 light-years, Kepler 452 is also too far away to make contact with possible inhabitants. Kepler 22b. Kepler 22b is about 2.4 times the size of Earth and only about 600 light-years away. It too lies in the habitable zone, though it's not yet entirely clear whether the planet is rocky, gaseous, or icy. The star also resembles our Sun in a very striking way, and a Kepler 22b year of 290 days is similar to ours. 14 other planets are currently being studied. Evaluating the data from distant planets is a meticulous search effort and a feat of astronomers and modern technology. As already mentioned, researchers on Earth see these planets only as a tiny blip in front of their stars. Once a planet is discovered, they enter all known values into the computer. Model computers create prognoses to orbits, times, the distances to stars, and further values. Nevertheless, all this information remains pure conjecture. We cannot take a close look at the planets. Although this remains a small disappointment, it doesn't prevent NASA researchers and many other astronomers worldwide from continuing the search for other planets, worlds, and possibly other living beings. Experimental mainframes fed with billions of data of known sizes and probabilities have found in the course of several model calculations that even under the worst conditions, there must be at least 36 intelligent civilizations in our galaxy. Even in our nearest neighborhood, there could theoretically be more planets that astronomers simply haven't discovered yet. So far, researchers are not even sure that they know all the planets and celestial bodies in our solar system, so the exploration of space and the search for Earth-like planets continues. And if there are intelligent creatures out there, we're sure to find them one day, or they'll find us. We hope you enjoyed this journey to the exciting and magical parallel worlds of Earth. Let us know which of these planets you think would be the best Earth 2 and what you think it might look like. We look forward to your opinion and your comments.